Hey guys, how you going? I wanted to come back and do more on the coronavirus because I think it's something other than what we're being told. Now, I hope I'm allowed to say this and this video does not get taken down. If my videos on the coronavirus gets taken down, you know I've hit something. I haven't heard anyone else say this, okay? But, yeah, I think this is something more than what we're being told. How does the mainstream media work? Through fear? And what are they doing now? Spreading fear? There's a lot about this that just doesn't add up, guys. Apparently they're getting whole cities in lockdown. I'll go where I'm just going to read something here that I've written down. Hopefully I can read my own writing. They want to, what they're trying to do by saying people were eating bats and things like that, they want to ban wildlife trade, which is fair enough. It should be done anyway, because eating things that, yeah, you shouldn't eat, really, certain things. But not only that, human trafficking trade is pretty big in China. So is organ trafficking. What if this, I'm going to play this while it's just got no sound, but while we're talking about it, let's play it. What if this is something else? That they've locked down the city for a certain other thing to be cleaned out. Now, if you've been following, anyone who follows Trump and Q should know that they would have to lock down a city, and they talked about martial law, but they would have to lock down certain places to clean it out. I think the Xi Jinping, or whatever his name is working with Trump, and this has been organised to do that. Look here. Where are the materials? Normally if you see a construction site, you just don't see people digging, you see materials. Anyway, there's people without masks on there. So I'd say this is a mix of, look, crisis actor. Look up there, over, and this lady screaming her head off up here. I can't play it because it's just so ridiculous. A nurse without a mask on. This was a drill. But I don't think it is what we think it is. I think it's to lock it down and and I'd advise Chinese people to stay at home, definitely. Let them do their work. See what happens. Anyway, yeah, the lockdown would mean that they could concentrate on cleaning out deep state players. Now, I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm just theorising here because I haven't heard anyone say it. And I remember hearing Q and Trump say the very thing that we're talking about. I can't remember which post it was or anything like that, so please don't ask me to quote the post. I don't know. I just remember hearing all about all of this stuff and saying don't panic because what they're doing is cleaning it out. Also, if you think about the communist China, the social crediting system, the censorship and monitoring they have of computer networks and things, that none of this stuff would be getting out. So, yeah, we're being fed a line here, guys, and the media are using it. What I think has happened is the media have got part of the story, jumped on it, spread the fear, hoping that would work, and then adding to the fear. Come, watch this guy. Is it going to play? Like, seriously, watch this guy here. Because this is ridiculous, guys. Everyone's, as I said the other day, a lot of truthers are believing the mainstream version of this and panicking over it. And I don't think anyone should be, to be honest. I think the longer you wait, the more you see, the more you know. I've also heard of flights flying into San Francisco full of people from China. Is that fake news by the mainstream media? Or is it because it's a democratic state? Because a lot of things, look, a lot of people who are truthers, there's a couple in particular, big pages I'm talking about, not little truthers like, you know, me and you and whoever else, but the big ones, they're all falling for this. And I've been watching a few who are they look like they're either panicking or very excited, but that's not going to do anyone any good. And then they believe mainstream media reports, and they don't seem to know how politics works. I've looked into a bit of politics, and one guy said that years ago Trump was telling Obama to lock the place down on Ebola or something like that. San Francisco is run by Democrats. If San Francisco and China make a deal, they could fly anyone in there. Just because Trump's in charge doesn't mean he has a hold over everything. It's each state. Like in Australia, it's each state that runs it. If you've got a Labor state, you're going to be run like Labor. If you've got a Liberal state in Australia, you're going to be run more conservative. Hopefully. And I know some people don't believe in politics, and I've been down the anarchy path and I've come back from that and thought, no, I think we need a small government. Might work, but one that can't be corrupted. Maybe don't bloody pay them. And don't let anyone else pay them either. It should be against the law for any business or company to pay the government or support them. That's just my thoughts, guys. It should be them on their own standing with their own words that brings them into power, not I've lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, not people paying for them to get into power, sorry. Oh, my mind is in so many places right now, guys. But I just wanted to come on because honest to God, this fear-driven propaganda is ridiculous. Now, it's okay to be aware of things and, you know, keep your eyes open and your ears open. But look, don't panic. Look at this. Arms go down. Did you see that? Do you want to see it again? Watch him. Watch him just to see. Arms go down. See, he stops himself from his head hitting the pavement. Honest to God, I don't think that you would have the energy. If you're going to collapse like that, normally people who faint don't control and they normally do hit their head. And that's what maybe happened to this guy, but I think this is fake. Look, there's a guy standing here with no mask on. Not being told to move away. Another lady here with no mask on. Did the police have masks on? I couldn't. Yeah, one of them does. See, the footage is just rolling around. Why is all this footage blurry all the time, guys? Oh yeah, and a guy's just laying on the floor. He's breathing. I can see him breathing. He's not dead. I really think this is a drill. This was a drill that was put on last year. You can look it up. There was a drill between the Chinese and Germans as well. And that's another thing I noticed in a lot of these footage. There's a lot of white people involved in this. Are they German, Canadian? Who knows, guys? But what I'm saying is, please don't buy into the fear on this. I think this is something completely different than what we think it is. And it's for a reason. And people should stay at home, I think. Let them clear it out. because that's what I think they're doing. How big is the deep state in China? We know that heaps of them have gone to China. They love it over there, the communistic country. They love it. Who was the bloke who started global warming? It started way back with Michael Mann, but there was another one. And he ended up living in a gated community in China. He's got his own house, all big fences around it. It's massive. But he started it and left. And I think a lot of them escaped to China. And when Q was saying something big was going to happen, you think this is it? Because to clean out China isn't every country. So if you're going to clean the deep state out, which is what Trump claims he's doing and Q claims they're doing too, if they are, then China would be one of the biggest ones. There's a few big ones, but China would be one of the biggest because they have their hands in everything. They're trying to push all this global warming and all this stuff. I say give it a few days, guys, and I think we're going to start seeing some truth after this. And also, is this a look here, not look there, cover-up thing? Because we know someone's going to die this weekend. And did they already? Anyway, guys, I just wanted to come on and say this because I think this panic is a bit ridiculous. And people who say they're truthers, and look, when you look at mainstream articles, what you have to do is pick them apart. Don't just read them and I do it. I'm guilty of it too. I'm not saying I'm innocent, guys. But some of them, I can pick them apart. They're easy to pick apart, mainstream news articles. So when I read them, I'll go, oh yeah, this is going to come from a left-hand view because we all know that the media is left-leaning. So I think we just have to be more vigilant with what we even read and know where it's coming from. When it is mainstream news, be wary. Even when it's not, be wary. I think we need to be wary of everything we read and everything we see and everything we're told. So instead of being told what to think, we need to think for ourselves. I've said it before and I'll say it again. We need to become like little detectives. What would a detective do? Look at all sides and come to their conclusions. And this is what I've tried to do. And I know people don't believe in Q or Trump. That's fine. What I'm trying to do is look at all sides so I can get a picture here. That's what I'm doing. So I'm looking at Q and I'm looking at Trump and I'm looking at the left and I'm looking at what they say. And I look at people I don't agree with as well to get their opinions on things as well. I want to hear as many sides as I can get before I make up my mind what is going on. And I sure hope you guys do too. I appreciate all of you here. Even if you disagree with me, I don't mind. Just be nice about it if you can. If you're going to comment, be nice, please. But look, seriously, I don't mind whether you agree or disagree. It doesn't matter. We all have our opinions and thoughts, and we're allowed to. And that's what freedom of speech and freedom of thought is about. That we are allowed to think our own way. But when shown things, when shown evidence of things, is when we make up our mind. If we've got enough evidence, it's easier to come to a conclusion. That's why I look at everything. Even things that people think are fake. I will look at it to get a gauge on what's going on. I'll look at as much as I can to get as much information as I can. And there's nothing in this for me. I am not being paid. I am just a grandmother sitting in Sydney going, oh my goodness, look at the world and the state that it's in. And I just don't want my grandchildren growing up in this rubbish that we're going through now. So that's where I'm coming from, and I have no agenda. And I will also, if given proof, enough proof will that I will accept, then I can change my mind on certain things. So anyway, guys, sorry it's a bit of a long, drawn-out one. I'm so sorry, but just don't. I think we shouldn't be panicking for sure. Don't panic. Panic is the worst thing you can do. Fear. If you're driven by fear, you're going to act emotionally. You're not going to act logically. And we need to be logical. And look at this from the outside. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you all have a good day or night, wherever you are. It is 12:30 p.m., which is just after midday, on Monday the 27th of the 1st, 2020, here in Sydney. I hope you have a good day.